4 of Godzillathon shows us our big fire-breathing green monster's softer side in the film Son of Godzilla. Here in this movie we have Godzilla, who doesn't look as scary as he always did in his other films. No, at this point in the Godzilla series, Toho, they were trying to make Godzilla more of a good guy, so they made him look a little bit more cute and cuddly. In this movie, he looks like a giant frog. At least he does in the head. And as the title suggests, Toho wanted everyone to see just how nice of a guy Godzilla was by giving him a son. And of course, part of the movie also deals with a group of scientists who are on Monster Island, Godzilla's home, who are doing a top-secret government experiment trying to manipulate the weather of Monster Island. Their goal is to prove that if they can change the weather of a tropical island, then they can change the weather of, say, a desert, in order to make it more suitable so that farmers can grow food and they could potentially end world famine. Of course, out of nowhere, a journalist pops in and he's like, "Hey, I want to do a story of this." But how did he know about this story? Somebody leaked it to him. And of course the journalist falls in love with the only woman on Monster Island, who I happen to believe is actually Godzilla's son's mother. Think about it real quick. She's awful nice to Milla whenever he comes alive and he starts walking and stuff. She even feeds him. Something strange is going on there. I happen to think that Godzilla did not want her to be in Milla's life. Don't ask me how it's possible, I'm just saying. So, the name of Godzilla's son, as I just said, is Milla. And we meet Milla when his egg hatches and he is being trampled on by 3 giant praying mantises. And if you ask me, these praying mantises are absolutely terrible at their jobs. I mean, seriously. Like, they just keep pecking at them. And all Milla just does, she just lays there. She's just like, bah, 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 bah. And then the praying mantises, they just keep clawing at them and clawing at them. They're not even drawing blood at this point, but they just keep doing it, keep going at it. And then Godzilla pops in out of nowhere, and he kills 2 of them, and the other one flies away like a little coward. Or a girl, depending on how far you want to take it. We are talking about giant monsters here, folks. But anyway. And then the rest of the film shows Godzilla being a good father. Because any good father would show their son how to breathe radioactive fire, and how to manhandle monsters, and how to stand up to a giant spider who spits a web that can only be destroyed by heat. Godzilla puts me to shame. I didn't do any of those things with my son. Daryl, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I didn't teach you how to breathe radioactive fire. I'm sorry I didn't teach you to stand up to Spider, or to any other giant monster for that matter. I promise, I'll try to be a better father to you from now on. Forgive me. I can't teach you any of those things. I can't breathe fire. I don't know any giant praying mantises or spider. Forget what I just said. Well, that's all the time that I have. Be sure to join me next week for my review of Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack. And yes, folks, I know, it seems like I'm ending this review abruptly, but if you look, most Godzilla movies end abruptly. As far as things go when things go bump in the night, there are such things.